hopefully this is the last time I have to do this, because I'm just trying to get past this one section. Alright, let's continue.
And I'd like to think I can say the same. But this is unproductive. We need to get out of here.
Fair enough. But first, answer me this. Do you know what became of your mother and Selma?
Why would I?
Someone told me that you would know how she met her end. Although I suspect that was nothing more than the dying ravings of a madwoman.
It was. I haven't seen my mother since I was a child. It would have been right before she was exiled. You would know what happened better than I.
I suppose so. Regardless, thank you for answering. Now, shall we get back to finding our way out?
Please, we can't resolve anything so long as we're trapped in this.
That was quite the tremor.
Whatever this place is, I find myself liking it less by the moment.
Can you stand?
Yes, thank...
Perhaps we can put our differences aside, if only for the moment. Hostilities will do us no good here.
Yes, I suppose you're right. I can agree to that. You know, I just remembered something. From back when I was but a child, I had fallen to the ground and was met with a kind hand reaching out to help me up. I took it without thinking, without even looking first to see who it was. I suppose that shows you how much I've grown. Dimitri, what is it?
I have a similar memory. One of helping a little girl who had fallen in the dirt.
Knowing you, such occurrences would have been commonplace in your youth. Don't try to
No, I rarely forget an important face. Often to my own woe, I might add.
Enough. Let us end this before we both make greater fools of ourselves. We need to escape. That's our only priority. Not that the world outside will be any kinder to me than the one in here.
Edelgard,
What are you doing? You should know I won't hesitate to leave you behind.
Indeed. I'm coming.
To be honest, I find it hard to believe any of your claims. Not that I could do much about it. I have no idea where we are.
Yeah,
I get it. You don't want to do anything you don't want to, but it would really help if you could lend us a hand. It's not a problem. I'm used to my life being subject to someone else's will anyways. Seems like Dimitri and Claude are in the middle of some kind of a discussion.
What do you hope to accomplish once this war is over, Claude?
Why? Worried I have some nasty plot up my sleeve? Well, I don't. Although I doubt you're gonna like what I do have planned. I'm just gonna come out and say it. After the war, I'm going to abolish the Central Church and depose the Archbishop. The people of Fodland have been shackled by this decrepit system for too long, and I'm ending it.
You're going to do away with the church?
That's right. Think about it. Who steals your freedom and gives you an endless list of duties and obligations simply because you have a crest? Who forces you and your friends into a bunch of unwanted marriages and positions of power? The church even forbids any official contact with outside regions. Not exactly great for Fargus, right? Being as close to Serang and Albinia as you are.
But to be clear, your issue is with the church, yes? Not with Fargus itself?
Exactly. We have nothing to gain by fighting you. And really, our enemy isn't the actual church so much as the people at the top who make all the decisions.
I understand where you're coming from, Claude. And on a personal level, I actually agree with you.
But as a king, you're opposed.
Yes, for 3 reasons. First, abolishing the church would deny the king's right to rule Fargus. Without one, the people will descend into chaos and war. Would you be able to take responsibility for such a thing once it came to pass? Second, recklessly discarding the church will only incite discord among the clergy and its supporters. And finally, a revolution of this nature will not only mean casualties among the common folk, but will endanger your own life as well.
Leaving the first two for a second, I have some serious issues with that last one. I'm glad you're concerned for my safety, but I can take care of myself.
But don't you see? The people you wish to depose are human, just as you are. No matter what ingenious scheme you come up with, or how careful you try to be, they will suffer, and their vengeance will eventually find you, no matter how hard you try to stave it off. I know full well the guilt that accompanies such actions, and the retribution they provoke.
Everyone has to deal with the consequences of their decisions. If you let it rule you, Fodlan never changes, and if it doesn't change, it'll just fall apart.
But not taking the time to look where you're going will only lead you to stumble and fall. And if there are those who would be hurt by this, I consider it my duty to help them.
There you go, trying to save everyone again. You really are too good for me.
To be honest, I'm jealous of how you're not burdened with the same restrictions.
In the world I'm trying to create, you wouldn't be burdened by them either. You could even... No, forget that. I'm serious about what I said, though. And I really do admire how you want to save everyone. Honestly, if you weren't a king, I think we could have been friends.
I feel much the same. Had I joined with you, I might have been able to see a different vision of Fodlan.
Yes, I should check out that distortion. So yeah, depending on what route you pick, basically, you'll talk to your house leader, and then they'll have heart-to-hearts with each other. So basically, there's one that happens between Edelgard and Claude, but because you're not, because you're going with Dimitri, you don't get to see that. What is this thing? I'm sensing some kind of weird power coming from it. That could possibly aid our escape. We need to take advantage of anything at our disposal. In Zaharos, you can interact with mysterious distortions to make use of all faculty functions. Or facilities, rather. Mysterious expanse lies before you. Go deeper. Alright, into the chasm.
Yeesh. You can't tell forward from back in here. Let's try over that way, maybe?
Good idea. It seems different from the rest of the void. Look out!
So it failed. Has my skill degraded that sharply over the years?
Arval.
I have been searching for you. And look what you brought me. The three who fancy themselves sovereigns, ruling over that abomination's wretched spawn. What unexpected luck. I do hope you are all prepared to face death this day.
So, you're Arval, huh? Sorry, but I can't say dying here sounds all that appealing. What we'd really like is for you to lift this weird sorcery of yours and send us home.
Oh, I do not think that will be happening. But even if I desired to accede to your wishes, the great forbidden spell of Zaharos is a one-way journey. None can escape this eternal darkness.
Are you certain? Would killing you not accomplish the task?
Something tells me they wouldn't lay this trap, only to suffer the same fate as us. If this being can free themselves from this void, it stands to reason that so too can we.
Then try cutting me down if you like. Sadly, what you see before you is but an illusion. I have a task to fulfill, and once it is accomplished, I shall leave this place alone.
Arval, wait! What task are you talking about? Why did you use me? What are you trying to do here?
Ah, but you are mistaken. I am not Arval. My name is Epimenides, an ordinary man who vowed to kill the beast which set the earth ablaze. Do you not comprehend my purpose? I must save this world and its true people. That is why I chose to pass my consciousness down through the ages. And you are the vessel for that consciousness.
What does that mean?
Alright, defeat Epimenides.
I don't know what's going on, but I do know whoever that is needs to be stopped.
And how far are you willing to go? Will you cut down your own friends to reach me?
see how this goes.
Here I go. They must learn who they're up against.
We will proceed as planned.
Hubert? No. It must be a double.
So, it's completely indistinguishable from the real thing.
So she probably doesn't know what actually happened to Hubert. Because him and Ferdy have been missing for 6 months.
Deal the killing blow.
Probably like 7 or 8 by now.
If it were really you, you'd understand.
God, no! Don't do this! I can't believe you would hurt me.
Let's try this. This is harder than I thought. I mean, how do we know for sure they're not real?
Your Majesty, why are you consulting with the enemy? Oxley is right where you want him.
Why are you... No. This is a deception. The man I know would never raise a weapon at me.
You dipped your hands in the blood of friends to get what you wanted. I should have expected no less from the children of beasts.
You're done! Their screams are so real.
There. It's done. But steel yourselves. Don't know who we'll confront next.
Are we being warped away? No. Space itself is distorting around us.
Our surroundings have changed.
This place is so twisted you can't even tell where you are.
Aren't you sad for your comrades, murderers? There it is. There is your rage.
Uh-oh.
We will proceed as planned. We must strive to perform to the best of our ability.
Let's try this. Let's see how this goes. Let's try this. I'd better back them up. Let's try this. Let's see how this goes.
Here I go. No mistakes.
No
I can
problem.
spot
I got
one
to
fate,
wait.
but
How do I tell
Take a
which
breather.
Edelgard and Dimitri are on my side?
Perhaps each of us should take on their own double to prevent confusion.
That's not a bad idea.
This darkness is a mirror for the soul. And once a soul is imprisoned here, it is eternally severed from the real world.
Is that why Edelgard is returned to normal? Some trick of the darkness?
Just imagine how much easier our task will be with the two of us. You're done! A nice thought, yes. But I'm sad to say I failed to trust even myself.
Illusion or no, must thank our... for letting me experience that.
Stop playing the kind soul. Everything we've ever wanted is before us, right for the taking. If you're really me, then you already know why I'm doing this. I don't like leaving my fate up to luck.
I can't say it's pleasant watching my own death.
I've awaited this moment.
Is that all you got? feel like I just slew my twin brother. That's the last of the illusions.
So it would seem.
At least now we're certain they're not real. We can cut them down without mercy.
Again? Please tell me we're gonna find that guy this time.
Right. Let's get searching.
Oh, but you four are a marvel. To think you are already adapting to this place.
Yeah, this definitely gives me Shambhala vibes. Well, the question is, are the Agarthans even from Earth either? Because I know Sothis is an alien, but...
Now have the grace to lay down your lives and let the world you've torn apart heal.
Alright, we finally face off against Epimenides.
There you are, my partner in destiny.
You're not Arval. And even if you weren't, I'd fight you all the same.
Not yet. Destroying me will achieve nothing, for you will all still be trapped in this place. Unfortunate, but you are forcing my hand.
So even our mercenary friend gets offended. This is going to take all of us. Time to put our differences aside.
Why does it have to be you? I don't want to fight you.
You won't stop me!
Not good enough.
It seems I'm forced to do this myself. So be it. Come at me if you dare.
Our adversary has finally run out of tricks. Time to finish this.
And nothing I do is enough. How much more must I sacrifice?
You're done!
This isn't over.
He's smirking at the end of it.
Be gone with you! The cycle of this world must be protected!
So Shez is getting their power from Arval, not
You
Epimenides
fool! Why
directly.
must you resist me so?
You know my reason. The tomorrow we're fighting for. It's ours to make!
It's incredible. Just how strong you've become.
Arval.
You have grown more than I ever thought possible. And yet... I've never felt more alone.
And yeah, Hirodi is actually a
Looks like we made it out in one.
it's a Hero's Relic spellbook. The only one in existence.
Peace.
Are you sure about that? I still have no idea what's going on.
Yes, it all felt like a strange fever dream. Whatever was that place? It seems we've lost sight of Edelgard as well.
Maybe she got back before we did and hightailed it out of here. I doubt she got far, though. The real question is, where would she go?
Garrick Mach, surely. She must seek to reconvene with the Imperial forces.
What do you want to do? Should we get back to the search? Or maybe we'd be better off regrouping with the others first.
The latter. We weren't gone long, but I worry for our friend's safety.
I should probably get back to my people, too. I don't want them going gray over little old me. But I'll see you both over at Garrick Mach. Oh, and feel free to clobber the Imperial Army without us if you get there first.
Very well. We will see you there, Claude.
Lord Uncle.
And she's back under their control.
Do not worry me so, Edelgard. Come, let us handle everything for you. It has served us all exceedingly well so far.
Yes.
Azure Gleam. The end of tragedy. Dimitri and his troops slay Regent Ire, and in doing so deliver a crushing blow to Adrestia and its army. Seizing this momentum, they continue onward toward Garrick Mach. En route to the monastery, Dimitri receives word that the Knights of Seros are struggling. He marches with one purpose: to slay Edelgard and Talus, ending the war once and for all.
What is the situation? Is the Archbishop safe?
Forgive me. Our initial strike on the monastery proved successful, but my unit was separated from Lady Rhea's. And before we knew it, those dark mages had descended upon us.
You've done well to make it here. Thank you for your report.
Lady Rhea's in trouble. We have to help her. There's no point panicking about it, Mercy. If they're giving even the Knights trouble, we should make sure we're extra ready before we head in there ourselves. Lady Rhea possesses greater knowledge of the monastery than anyone else. If she is in distress after her successful surprise attack, that is troubling indeed.
Those mages must have thrown off our calculations.
I bring news, Your Majesty. We've just concluded our survey of Garrick Mach and its surroundings. A man we believe to be Talus was seen entering the monastery, with the Emperor following close behind.
So, she's fallen into his hands. The one grasping the reins of the Imperial Army now is no longer Edelgard, but Talus. Surely those dark mages are his as well.
Makes sense why the Knights had trouble then.
Indeed. Still, with all our greatest enemies gathered in one place, we have a chance to end this war here and now. If we can put them to rout here, so much of what ails our kingdom will be destroyed along with them.
Perhaps. But our task is clear either way.
Yep. Smash our enemies, win the war, and restore peace to Fodlan.
Well said. The Alliance should be here soon as well, assuming they've broken through the Imperial ranks in the Valley of Torment. Everyone, this battle will determine what lies ahead for Fodlan. Not just tomorrow, but every day beyond that as well. We cannot afford much time to prepare, but let us ready to make our future a prosperous one.
Alright. So yep, it's exactly like the Black Eagles route. This is the final chapter. So for that reason, I'm going to do any and all prep, everything involving Chapter 15. I'm doing that all next stream. So that basically means we're finishing the game on Wednesday, so then basically we're on schedule. Cool.
Let's give this a try.
Hey, Byleth is here.
I'll make it so.
Now then.
Yeah, rejoin your allies. I can't hear Arvel anymore. Everything's coming to a head. I got a feeling this next battle will be the final one. I ought to give this Merc whistle to someone while I still got the chance. So yep, Arvel's gone. So yeah, basically in the bad ending, Arvel would still be there, but then again... So yeah, basically instead of Arvel being dead, well, Gerald to be dead, Rodrigo be dead, and then you kill Byleth in the ALL battle. Alright, I'm just gonna do camp preparations, and then I'm gonna end the stream. I'm just going to sit, like, this probably won't last an entire stream on Wednesday, but I would like to wrap up the game, and then if time permits, I will start the Golden Deer route, and go from there.
Everything has its use.
Yeah, we've come a long way in this playthrough. Oh my gosh. So yeah, how much did I end up putting in Scarlet Blaze? 37.5 hours? So yeah, I'd say that lines up with how long it took to play Scarlet Blaze, because I'm currently at 35. It'll probably be 36 so yeah, it'll probably be 37 by the time I actually get going with that. Alright. Alright. And with that, I'm going to wrap up the stream. Apologize that this is going to be in 3 parts. Well, I guess good timing, because the, oh, never mind, I still got game audio. Hopefully I can scroll the thing. Okay. Alright, so thank you for tuning into the stream and everything. Made a lot of progress, was able to get through the good ending chapters. I guess it ended up being super quick. It was basically just talk to the lords, and then do that one boss fight against Epimenides and his clones. And then basically, so what would happen is, like, you do the ALL fight, and then it's just whether or not you recruited Byleth would be whether or not that chapter plays out, and then you go to the final battle. Considering that's how it's played out in 2 of the routes, I'm assuming it also plays out in the 3rd route, although I wonder if it all I mean, what I've seen of the Golden Deer route, I think they all end at Garrick Mach, so I guess that's just how they did it. I didn't, go into the details of what the story was, just to avoid spoilers, but I just know that part of it, at least. So yeah, with that, that'll wrap up streaming for this week. So then next week, the plan will be to play Fortnite on Tuesday, finish up the Blue Lions route on Wednesday, and start the Golden Deer route, because I guarantee you that's not going to take 4 hours. Like, 2 or 3 maybe, but 4, no, probably not. I should be able to at least get through the chapters, leading up to the time skip, going into part 1. And then, yeah, go move on to the Golden Deer route and start that, and then, considering I was streaming that this entire month, I mean, considering I'm also going to be streaming Xeno 3, that's probably going to take 2 months, but it's fine. I'll just kind of see where I'm at with that. I mean, it's hard to say, because, I'd really like to make a lot of progress with Xeno 3, so I'm debating on whether or not I want to stream Golden Deer route. I may have to abandon, playing the multiplayer games for a bit so I can get caught up. I'll have to see. I'll just kind of do next week as I plan, and then just see how productive it ends up being. So yeah, that'll be Wednesday. Thursday will be short games, so that'll be continuing Circle of the Moon. And then Friday I'll be officially starting Xeno 3, because that is the day it comes out. So then we'll get through 4 to 5 hours of that, and go from there. I mean, considering how long those games are, I'm assuming at the pace of 5 hours a week, that will probably take a couple of months, but if I do it more frequently, it might only take a month or so. I'll see what ends up happening. So yeah, that'll be the plan for next week then, and yeah, that's about it. So yeah, thank you for tuning into the stream, and see you guys next week, and look forward to the epic conclusion of this game next week. Have a good night, guys. Bye.